Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Today's video is going to be all about eyeshadow palettes. I thought that I would show you guys some new palettes that I bought, and I just figured that they would be perfect for the upcoming fall season, which is very, very quickly coming upon us. I just cannot believe how fast the years go by, especially when you have kids. I remember like when I was in high school and middle school and thinking to myself that how slow the days went, and that now that I'm older and I have kids, I feel like it literally flies by. I would show you my top palette picks for the fall, and so I will do swatches, so we'll just get started right away. This one from Target, beautiful. And this is the Eye on Neutral in the shimmer colors. So this is Sonia Kashuk, I should probably say that. And she has a all matte one, and now she has one that has shimmer, and they are very buttery smooth. They glide on the lids. They are so pigmented, and it is such a good deal for, you know, 15 bucks. Really awesome neutral colors, and for more than half the price off of like the Urban Decay. I will say with this though that there is fallout. I mistakenly today did my foundation first and my concealer like I normally do, and then I did my eyes, which I should have done the opposite, and I did get a whole bunch of fallout around my eyes. That's the only drawback to this palette, that there's fallout. But if that doesn't bother you, and it doesn't really bother me, you know, it's not a big deal. So those are the first three colors. They're like the light shimmery champagne colors, and I'll just show them to you all swatched after I swatch them with my fingers. Okay, so the next three, I can't even tell you how smooth these are. Those are the next three. You can see how buttery smooth and nice, you know. The next row, really gorgeous. And then the last. And every color in here is just super buttery smooth, and I'm sure you can tell by the swatches. That's a really pretty black color. Normally you can tell from swatches if it's chalky or not enough pigment, and these truly have fantastic pigment. So these are the colors swatched basically from start to finish. So there you've got like the first row, the second, the third, and the last. Ah, gorgeous. And I think that palette just came out, I think maybe it was like a couple of weeks ago, and it's new for fall. I'm sure it's permanent. I don't know if it's limited edition, but definitely grab that. I'll put the link to Target below so you guys can check that out. And it is a fantastic companion to go along with the matte palette. So if you guys are on a budget or don't want to spend the money on Urban Decay, I don't blame you. Fantastic quality for both of these palettes and fantastic pigmentation. So this is the neutral. I wasn't going to feature this one, but I'll just go ahead and show it to you real quickly, but I'm sure you've all seen it. These matte colors here are, again, really buttery, really smooth, easy to apply, very pigmented, you know, perfect, phenomenal. So you basically get more colors and more bang for your buck with these two palettes versus the Urban Decay. I think the Urban Decay runs about $50. I think these two together are a little bit under $40 or right at the $40 mark. Great buy. So check this out. This is probably no stranger to you. It's probably old news, but it is the Lorac Pro To Go palette. And I had the Pro palette and I sold it in a blog sale a long time ago. I always say blog sale, but I don't have a blog, and that confuses people, and I apologize. Vlog sale. And I just have all those colors. That is a great starting palette. I just felt like I had every single color in there, so I decided to get this guy, and I really like it. So first you open it up, and it has these beautiful beautiful neutral shades. And I will say that Kristen Game is to blame for this purchase because I did ask her if it was worth it, and she said totally. Mink, chai, cafe, all those colors are just like totally worth it, so I blame her. So these are the first two neutrally shades, Pearl and Shell. Pearl, wait. So this is Pearl and that's Shell. Pearl has a little bit more shimmer to it. Again, really buttery, smooth, very easy to apply. Chai and Mink. Ah, beautiful. Chai and Mink. Are you dying? It's alright if you are, because I am. Ah, beautiful. And I think Kristen did a look with it, so I'll have to find that and link it below. Oh my gosh, this black in here is the smoothest, most pigmented black next to Makeup Geeks that I have felt, honestly. It's really smooth and buttery. Holy cow. And it's not chalky at all, which is very, very hard to come by, I feel sometimes. That Mink color, I'm dying over it. So that's just a really nice palette to have if you're like, if you travel a lot, which I really don't, but it's always nice to stick this in my purse. And then this on the bottom here, and you get, this is very affordable. You get a bronzer, a pink shade, and then a coral shade, which is perfect if you take a vacation. But I'm one of those overpackers where I feel like I'm gonna need all this makeup and I only use half. Nice little. These aren't like as pigmented as the eyeshadows, I have to say. So that's the bronzer, the pink is in the middle, and then the coral color. Probably the most excited about all of them, next to like the Sonia Kashuk, and it is, I found it at Ulta. I think it's exclusive to Ulta, it said, but you never know how that goes. It always is exclusive, and then it travels to other stores very quickly. This is the Catwalk palette, and I wanted to show you by Anastasia, and I wanted to show you the packaging because I love it. And these colors are amazing. Just hold on to your hats if I can get it open. Okay, so it comes with a book that really doesn't really tell you that much. The palette, you know, if you're interested. I actually never follow these. Like, I never look at these for ideas, and I probably should. So this is what the palette looks like, and you open it up as a really nice size mirror. And it comes with a kind of a brush that's very cheap and I'll probably just throw away. Yeah, that's worthless. So then this gorgeous, stunning palette of shades, very appropriate for fall, just getting into those rich berry shades. And let's see how the texture is. Okay, so as you can see that the texture isn't as smooth as the others. I mean, the pigmentation is pretty decent. So those are the 5 shades. That's a little slightly disappointing because the colors are so pretty, so you might have to build the color up a little bit more than you normally would. I mean, like that shade is pretty nice. It's a little chalky. Looks like there might be a little bit of some fallout. So that's just a heavier swatching right there. I mean, I could work with it, you know. The eyeshadow doesn't need to be absolutely an A+ for me to like it. So, you know, that's okay. Let's see how the other shades are. This row is pretty nice. So those are those 5 shades. This is the bottom row. That color is really pretty. And those are those colors right there. I really like those colors. Like, I don't have anything like this in my collection, and I think that might be paired really pretty with that, or even with this color. That would be a nice transition color or highlight if you have dark skin, and that's a pretty nice burgundy color, so that's nice. So I think I can work with this palette for sure. Good palette to have. Okay. Last palette, and this is kind of an old one. You know, I know I featured it in my Sephora favorites. I've had it for a while, but I wanted to show it to you because I truly love it so much. I'm wearing some of the colors today, or a lot of the colors, and you know, honestly, there aren't a lot of matte palettes out there that every single shade is phenomenal, and I feel like this is one of those palettes that are very underrated, and it is the Stila In the No. And here are all of the shades. Honestly, I feel like if you have blue eyes or green eyes, even like brown-eyed girls, I just feel like this is such a pretty palette to have. I'm just going to swatch every color real quickly for you. So that's the top row. You can see how buttery that shade is. Let's see here. Very neutral, but with like pops of color, which is nice. So that's the first row. It's like your basics, you know, your highlight, your transition, your crease color. It's super smooth and buttery. And those are the shades. Those are super smooth. Love. Okay. So that's the black, which I'm sure you don't even need to see, and that's the bottom row. So it's like your gray, darker color, that's a pretty color, and then like another dark brown. So I just felt that that is a really different type of matte neutral palette that I just think is really nice. It's nice to have an all matte palette where there's not a lot of fallout, it's not overly powdery, and the colors are really pigmented. The colors are really pigmented and buttery, which I love. Those are my picks for fall palettes. I hope, does that make sense? Those are my picks for fall palettes. My picks. Helped. Let me know what you think below, and I will see you very soon. Have a great rest of your weekend and holiday, and God bless our troops and God bless America, and I will see you guys shortly. Love you all. Bye.